Salvers, as we come on air, the Salvers make contact again, like they did the Canadian Grand Prix, and Cassidy now has lost his own play, like he Sonic Hawk and the soft compound tyres capitalising. Here comes Martin. He puts himself into P5 now. Zeno gets a 3-second time on the 2 already. Here comes Sonic Hawk around the outside into turn 1. It's a two-way battle between two groups there. Sonic Hawk going side by side into turn 2. Now going around the outside into 3. Calvin's just sticking there on the medium compound tyres, but Sonic Hawk has a better release as we go towards turn 4 now. Let's see which one of those two will get ahead of each other as we go into 4. Calvin lays the brakes and he stays in P4. Here comes Martin looking to take advantage now, but he can't quite do so. Cassidy and Calvin, what on earth happened there going into turn 11 and turn 12? That's not a place you see cars fighting, especially in the same tyres there, and they make contact. That's going to have a massive dent in the race for those two.
That is, that's unbelievable they tried to do that, to be fair, because just wait for a straight. I mean, having an RB Sauber sandwich was incredible at turn 1. You had no idea what was going on, but Cassidy does now have that wing damage itself, and Sonic is really pushing Calvin. And I tell you what, I've got no idea what's going to happen in this race. Let's say Calvin has dropped off massively because he was on a tangle with his own teammate. He's now nearly 2.5 seconds behind Smoke. Oh, what's happened to Ronnie?
Ronnie spun by himself. Mills dropped down the order because he was going side by side, I think, with Adams at the time. So that's why he's dropped down the order. Smoke is about to make a lunge on Burmeister. He doesn't. Sonic Hawk's about to make a lunge up the inside into turn 1 on Calvin. Can he make it stick in this time? Yes, he can. Goes around the outside of turn 2. Has the inside for turn 3 and the racing line, and finally gets past him. And what about Martin in the background too? Calvin is still sticking there despite an end play missing. 2 RBs versus 2 Saubers. For those of us, or for those of you, as Emos goes off the track there at turn 2, that's where the Ferrari crash yesterday of Simo, who says good evening to you all. Sorry for the pain, Simo, even though you're angry at me after the race. But anyways, Emils rejoins the P18. Lord Top G has got past Keith. He puts himself into P14. I was about to say Lord Daddy Boy then, but it's Lord Brad the Top G, sorry. And great recovery after, I think, spinning early on in this Grand Prix as well. Now up to 14 place ahead of Keith, who is struggling there on the mini compound tyres in 15th place. But like you said, I think he has end play damage at the start of the race, hence why he's struggling.
It is, yeah. He does have the end play damage itself, so he's trying to do what he can before the pit stop. There's no point in him coming in now for the softs for a wing change, but it's going to be difficult to try and make this. Try and make it hard now to last rest of the race. So I think he's just going to keep on going to this pit stop to limit any damage going further. Mansell, the guy who's leading the championship, is sitting now in P12, and he's 1.6 seconds behind Zinon. I'll tell you what. Dan and Cluse are on a bit of a ding-dong right now, going to turn 1. But I say, these guys on softs, they cannot stay. They won't be able to keep that pace up for too long, as Calvin has got past Sonic. So I think those softs are starting to die off.
Here comes Energy down up the inside into 4, gets a good launch out the corner. Now up the inside of the Red Bull. Red Bull of Klooster might be struggling on the soft compound tyres. Here he is, does it go down the inside into 5. He releases him, and now Energy down dramatically after a huge mistake into turn 5, and now he puts himself into 7th place. One place gained. Kluser's gaining 10 places, but he might lose a few of them because of his soft compound tyres might be drifting off. Somebody's left the session is Keith in P16. Not quite sure if it's Keith, internet. Yes. Is it internet or has he just left?
It said migrating host, so I think he's lagged out, which is unfortunate. He's now ghosting, so Ronnie can have him quite easily. He's going to be dropping so far back down the order. It's going to be quite difficult for Keys, so hopefully Keys can get back in. Fingers crossed.
Ronnie's made a mistake, I think, at the exit of turn 10 and turn 11, but it's time to digest now. In fact, not yet, because Calvin and Sonic Hawk are swapping places. He's up into P3. However, those soft compound tyres on Sonic Hawk's car don't look too bad. Mindful Wasp is ahead of Energy Dan. He puts himself into 7th place. Back where he started is Energy Dan in P8 with Klusler right behind him, and also Yorham too. I think Yorham just got past Klusler. He's been demoted down into P10, and here is Zenum now on the hard compound tyres looking to take away P10. Can he do up the inside? He can, and might take on the Haas. The Haas has got damage. That's Yorham, so I think Zenum might fancy a move the inside into turn 5, which he does. Wheel banging, and Zenum just gets past there. I think, remember, Sergio Perez. Oh, contact!
They've gone.
They both spin, but no crash into the wall. It's a safety car. A safety car came out, but I think Joham's lost his whole wing. That explains why a safety car came out.
He has. So there's guys that have got damaged wings right now can actually make a cheeky pit stop. I think when I was watching that, I just caught the back end of it. So it just seems like the wheels lock together. And unfortunately, you know what happens that if your wheels lock and you both try and turn left, you've got no hope in hell. You're both going right. That's it.
And Keith is back in the Keith has got a 10-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. But let's talk about the pit stop strategies, because this has benefited the people on the medium compound tyres. But for the people in the hards, the safety cars came out for the wrong time, unfortunately, for them. And if you remember back in the Singapore Grand Prix, exact situation where people had to extend on the hard compound tyres, went on the mediums but didn't have enough laps left to catch because the whole field was gone. And Mindful Wasp, Dan, Adams, Manso have stayed out there. They're going for track position because they started way down there towards the back end of the field there. So they've got nothing to lose but everything to gain. Let's see if it works for them. So heck was Burmeister, Smoke at the pit lane. And also, Smoke and Burmeister left alone again to fight for the lead of the Grand Prix. They did that back in the Canadian Grand Prix. And what's happening there?
I think because they call the safety car, so they're trying to lock the brakes on very quickly. I've noticed that their Lord Brad, the top G, sitting in 5th place, has actually stayed out.
Interesting.
A lap pole mediums, he stayed out. Everyone else has pitted, apart from obviously MCFC, who pitted early for a wing change. Xenon, Mansell, Adams, Dan, and Wasp. Mansell must be loving this right now because he knew he's starting so far back, he had to start on hard, and he's now on P4 with Adams also in P3.
I'm going to go to the toilet while the safety car's out. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, for those who are just joining the stream, there is two streams. Unfortunately, I disconnected on my first stream. As we rejoined, the two Sabers were in a battle with each other. Both made contact. Cassidy lost his wing, and he's also picked himself a penalty as well. I'm not quite sure if that's a 3-second. I'll check when I get back.
This is going to be interesting now during this safety car, as they're all trying to bunch up the pack now. Just a few cars left before the end of the pack. Let's say current order: Mindful Wasp is leading from currently leading from Dan. Adams third, Mansell fourth, who really needs this position for a championship fight. Lord Brad G, the new guy, who's sitting in 5th place on worn mediums. I would have pitted if I was him to stay to get more of a chance. Bearmeister is sitting in 6th place. Smoke P7 and Xenon P8. Obviously he's on 9-lap old hards right now. Sonic and Calvin, Martin Cassidy, the two RBs and the Saubers are still side by side further down the pack. You've got Clifton P13, Ronnie 14, Yarnham down in P15 after the incident with the Ferrari itself. Ellis Copo, we know it's a fast guy, having a bit of a troubled race so far. He's onto the mediums in P16. Keith's, we hope he's back. It looks like he's not because his wing is still damaged and still ghosting down to P17. Emil's 18, of course, MCFC in P19. I would think right now the safety car will come in. Is there going to be any charge in the last few corners or not? Will there be a turn 1 dive from Dan on Wasp? What is going to happen right now? It's going to be interesting. Will the guys that changed onto hard go to the ends? We know that I know the mediums can't make it. Will the hards make it? See, for some reason, just got a 10-second penalty for going into the back of Emil's. I've no idea why that's happened or how it's happened. It could have just been a slight tap. But the safety car is in this lap as Keith's is back with us right now. So he's finally back in, which is good.
And I'm back too.
Just as the safety car is pulling in as well, Mindful Wasp is now the safety car, trying to back that field up, trying to get met. When is he going to go? Is he going to go early? Is he going to go late? That's the thing, but he can't go now. So the safety car is still there. It's not in the pit lane just yet. So I think it's going to be a last corner dash, full pelt, and he is going.
Mindful Wasps leads them away. Lap 11. Energy Dan is right behind. Great pace from the Alpine driver who decided not to pit because he's going from hards to medium strategy. The mediums won't make it towards the end if he took them on board. As we go down towards turn 1, we go. The Alpine is smoke in the background, looking for a move on Burmeister. The guys who pitted onto a brand new set of tyres are looking to make their way through quickly on those people. Brad, the top G, he's got a better launch at turn 3. Now he's going side by side with Mansour as we go down towards turn 4. We go, is he brave enough? Is there going to be contact? There isn't any contact, but it was so close there. Banging wheels. Lord Danny Boy, unfortunately, has wheel spin at the exits. We go down towards turn 5 now. He's still alongside him, trying to make a move. Can he do it? No, he can't. Mansour has the edge over him just. There is an RB or somebody in the background who had a bit of a moment out of turn 5. That was Sonic Hawk. And Ronnie's retired from the race. Is this another safety car? It is again.
He's had a collision with Keeves, so I'm not sure what's happened there. Was Keeves... Keeves is in control of his car now. He's got a full wing damage. But what kind of incident was it? Because I didn't see it. Did they come together? Did they have a wheel locking session again, like Yoram and the Ferrari did?
I have no idea, mate. It could be one of those situations, but I think it was because Keeper's got damaged. So unfortunately, Ronnie is out of this race. When a decent race was Ronnie inside the top 10 before the safety car came out, looking to capitalise on the medium compound tyres. He wasn't the mediums, but those mediums won't make it towards the end, unfortunately for him. Maybe, but the drop of the cliff. So Keith is back in the pit lane. He won't lose a lot of time because the safety car is out. So it's a second safety car so far. Burmeister and Smoke and the others weren't able to capitalise on those people on the old hard compound tyres or mediums, but they only had one lap or half a lap to do so. So they're back where they are. But interestingly, Mad G, Burmeister has a penalty. Is that a 3-second time penalty he's picked up? Or is it? It's a drive-through. Burmeister has a drive-through penalty. And let's have a look at Race Director to see how he got that. That's going to be interesting to see how he did it. He can't get it removed because he got to go to pit lane and served it. So let's see what he did.
That's right. But interestingly, the safety car comes out, and of course Brad in P5 on 11 lap old mediums is not gone in. He's stayed out.
Oh,
that's it. He's going to lose so much time when he has to pit because, like, I don't know. This is going to be quite interesting how Brad's going to be able to cope with this now. He's got very worn medium tyres. They come to the end of their life right now.
Yeah, interesting. He should have got in the pit lane. He should have got in.
He should have, yeah. Unless he's trying to do a medium soft, which is going to be very difficult to do.
Yeah, I don't think that's a strategy there for Lord Brad to the top G, unfortunately. And yeah, Danny Boy, sorry about that, mate. I know it's Lord Brad, but I'm so used to saying your name, I called him you instead. But nice to see you in the chat, Lord Danny Boy. Your boys are down in P15 and 16, and where is he? Up into P8, he's on the hard compound tyres, but we know he's got to stop to go on the medium compound tyres. Those people on the hards have to stop because they don't want to do that two-stop strategy or go on the mediums and risking getting a puncher or being on very old tyres towards the end of the Grand Prix as well. Zeno's got a penalty, Casti in 13 has got 12, got a penalty, MCFC in P18 has got a penalty. Mindful Wasp still leads this Grand Prix ahead of Energy Dan, Experience the second safety car in the lead again. It's an Aston Martin 1-2, but in terms of a safety car and Mindful Wasp there, as all the drivers then just warm all the tyres. There's 20 laps left to go in this race. It's so difficult to warm the tyres in this game. You can't brake and accelerate like you could in the 2023 game. That was the cheap trick, but genuinely it takes a lot more to warm your tyres in this game.
It does indeed. Obviously Keats has gone back onto hards and MCFC has also gone in as well, so them two pitted to put on a set of tyres, but they've gone back onto the ones they were because they've only just used them, of course. I found with this, the way to warm your tyres, you could still brake, you could still do cadence brake until your tyres up, but you've got to weave at the same time. That way you can warm your tyres up. But I don't have any.
I do. That's why it cost me all the time on my qualifying laps and the start of the race. So the cheap tactic in the 23 game and before was brake and accelerate at the same time, but you can't really do that.
Yeah.
All it will do in this game, if you brake and accelerate at the same time, was overheat your engine. I had a back race where I kept braking and accelerating. I did not realise my engine got towards 182 degrees. It was very hot indeed. When the safety car came in, I lost a lot of power because my engine was too hot and therefore couldn't deliver the power. So I had to cool it down, and I lost loads of time trying to cool my engine down as well. But here he is, the safety car for the second time in a row is coming in towards the end of the stop. I didn't expect many safety cars to come out here in Spain, but anything could happen in a Div 2, Div 3 race. And once again, Mindful Wasp will have control. He's got to let the safety car speed up and allow it to go in before he can pit it and once again try and survive the restart from Energy Dan, who was all of the back of him on the first safety car restart. Remember, Lewis Hamilton 2017 almost got in trouble by catching the safety car when it came out because it was a long straight as well. But here we are then towards the final corner we go. Mindful Wasp will leave the way again, but Energy Dan gets a poor exit. Here comes Adams now, side by side, and he puts himself in second place, but will he have to let him through? I'm not quite sure, but the rule is that with the yellow flags there, he might be safe. He's up to P2 now as Energy Dan looking to go back down the inside, but Adams claims the pace. And let's see further in the background, is anybody looking to make a move on them fresh hard compound tyres? We've got Burmeister, who is the net leader of this Grand Prix, and look at Top G then, going for a move on Mansell once again. He tried it on the first safety car restart, but the second he won't be successful this time unless he gets incredible grip out of turn 4, which he does alongside the Aston Martin again. Will it be a repeat like a few laps to go when he gets pushed out wide and Mansell has the racing line? No, he doesn't know, because Lord Top G gets a better exit and he puts himself into 4th place. Great move around the outside there, and look at Zeedham now looking to take advantage of Burmeister, which is quite interesting because there they are making contact with each other as Smoke is pulling away from Burmeister. We didn't even see how Smoke overtook Burmeister, but he's under massive pressure there from the Ferrari driver on all the tyres. Here comes Sonic Hawk now the inside, into turn 10 we go, but can't quite make a move. The Saab is going to run the outside of the RB on Martin as he tries to go wheel to wheel with him, and further up the field that's Burmeister versus Zeedham once again. Burmeister there trying to switch lines, but he can't quite do so as he can't stick with the inside into turn 12, and I think Martin is demoted down as P12 there, and Burmeister's in the pit lane to service drive through.
He's obviously going to be dropping so far down the back with it, but Yarham is now on the back of Martin. He's going to try and have a pop at him. Obviously Martin maybe not got the size of the temperature just yet, and obviously missing out of it. I tell you, they're so close right now. I'm surprised nothing else is going on. We're only on lap 15. It's an incredible race so far.
Smoke is in the best place here in P6. He's looking for a race win, but the problem is he's got drivers on all the tyres. When you come up to drivers on all the tyres ahead of you, you've got to be very careful and cautious of how you approach them, because you've got fresher tyres, you carry more speed to the corners, you're better on brakes as well, and Lord Top G's medium compound tyres don't look too bad because he's putting massive pressure. Those hard compound tyres, they should have the advantage with the better tyres at this stage, but Top G's managing really well. If only he didn't spin early in this Grand Prix, what could he have done? As Adams now challenging the lead of Mindful Wasp going down into turn 10. Energy Dan is surviving the threats from Lord Top G as he stays in P for the time being. Massive pressure there from the Mercedes driver. It looks very comfortable in the medium compound tyres. Zeedham and Carvin swapping places there. They're both in different races, of course. Carvin around the outside. Into turn 12 we go. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. He puts himself up into P8. Nice move though from there. Last time he went side by side with somebody there, he made contact with him, which is his own teammate. And here comes Adams now challenging for the lead of the race again. He pulls to the right side and he takes away P1. Adams leads for such a long time it seems. And the Carvin race, he puts himself up into P7 ahead of the RB as Johan is late to the brakes there. But Mindful Wasp is coming back on him. I thought he would, but he's a bit too far back there. Had to bail out the throttle, otherwise made contact with the back of the McLaren driver. Further behind, Sonic Hawks looking to take advantage of Carvin racing. These people on newer tyres are starting to lose a bit of time towards people on fresher. The gap is 2.4 between Carvin and Smoke.
It's a massive gap, isn't it? Obviously, Xenon, unfortunately, a bit of a shame for him, but he was a cork in a bottle, and it's fallen down the order. He's on a P11 now with Martin just right behind him. But the top 6, look at them. They are so close together. How on earth, pretty much like last night, is like, how on earth are they not coming together? I can't believe how Brad is up there in P4 on 15 laps.
Sorry to interrupt there, but Cassidy spun because he went side by side with Johan, tagged his rear right and gone for a spin. He's rejoined on the P17. Misery for the second week in a row for the Sauber driver. Mindful Wasp now retakes the lead of the Grand Prix ahead of Adams. But do you know what I think Smoke is doing? He knows that the guys in front of him have to pit to go on the medium compound tyres. So I think he's just playing it safe, making sure he doesn't make any... Oh, look at that. Johan's with the inside of Sonic Hawk. Great move. Lays the brakes. He puts himself into P8 now. But I think Smoke is playing this cautiously, knowing he doesn't have to go for any crazy lunges on people on all the tyres, knowing the guys behind are a bit too far back as well. So playing it safe and only overtaking them when it's safe to do so.
It's great little play there by Sonic Hawk, could just move out of the way to let Martin go past. And obviously Martin's just starting to find his pace again now, and just trying to pull away from the pack from P9 all the way down to, well, all the way down to last. I say we've got two little fights going right now. It's going to be so interesting, this race. Calvin, like I say, Yoram is starting to find the pace that he knows he's got, and he's closing in on Calvin. Yes, he's on the mediums regardless, but Yoram has pace to go for this. And I say, I'm still surprised, still shocked like hell with Brad. His first race in league, he's sitting there in P4 with 17 lap old mediums and keeping pace with everyone else in front of him.
How is this even possible? MCFC is retired.
MCFC.
I thought it was a safety car. Where is he on the track? He disappeared immediately.
I don't know where he was. Bearmeister's come back. He's coming into the pits again. I'm not sure what's happened to MCFC. Very strange. But unfortunately, it's another DNF for MCFC. He actually had some points in Canada last week. Unfortunately, he's getting none this time round. He's going to leave it down to Yoram yet again to try and get some points. But the VSC is out right now. So everyone has to slow down, keep within a delta, and once at the same time you can try and warm your tyres up because they're going to cool down during a VSC because you're going to go slower. But when this VSC ends, they're going to go crazy. Bearmeister with a drive-through penalty again.
Second time, one for speed under the safety car and one for speeding under the invisible safety car. And we get racing once again then. Where is Yoram? He's up into P8, but Calvin Racing is just ahead of him. Yoram needs to make a move on here on these mini compound tyres. We're seeing the evidence that Top G is able to take the mediums in a long way then. So Yoram should be able to do the same thing because at the start of the race you carry heavy fuel. But Top G is in the pit lane to get rid of his mini compound tyres. Do you know what? If a safety car came out right there and then, I dare say it would have been a good place to put on a set of hards because he could catch up to the back of the field without losing any time. Yoram has overtaken Calvin and puts himself up to P6. Mindful Wasp is ahead of Adams there, but I'm not quite sure about the strategy from these hard runners. Obviously, they're in no man's land because the safety car really screwed them over. I think under the second safety car they should have pitted, but hindsight's a wonderful thing. But these guys are really screwed on the hard compound tyres because when they pit, they're going to be so far back and have minimum amount of laps to try and catch back up where they should be.
Yeah, they are actually going to be at a disadvantage when they have to pit because the pack is so close together. Obviously, Brad G is actually pitted for the soft tyres. That's how confident he is. So, in the perfect world, it's going to be very difficult now. I think the guys lower down from I honestly think Smoke can win this because once the top four pit to go on the mediums, they're going to be so far behind. Like I said, they're going to be in no man's land.
And Yoram has caught up to the back of the Smoke then. So Smoke had an advantage of 2.4 seconds, but now that's been broken down because he's stuck behind people on all the tyres, not risking any moves. Is Smoke in P4 there, although he might go for it on one man style. Here he is then, using the battery on the RP steering wheel. Here comes Adams for the lead of the Grand Prix, puts himself back into first place, but Smoke once again cannot find a way through. He does not have the straight line speed, he has the cornering speed, but unfortunately just can't blast past the straight, which he needs to. He's got Yoram right behind him, his closest competitor, and here, look at Yoram there carrying more speed as a corner, and it might get him going down into turn 4, but you can see the Alpine is covering him off as he tries to make him go all the way around the outside. He might have the grip to do so, you know, around the outside, have the inside line going into turn 5. Will he make a move? He should do now. Side by side, he lost a no play, I think. He has. He's lost a no play on the back of Manso. Just broke too late there. Fighting for track, she's in the wall again, and you're I don't think it's a safety car. We get racing again, so luckily no safety car.
He's not moving his car. He's finally got to move, and that's so unfortunate. He went for a move. The door, unfortunately, the door closed. I don't know what it was on board with him. That's so unlucky for Yoram because he was absolutely blasting, and unfortunately, he's got to go into the pits.
I was on board at the time, luckily, trying to go side by side with Smoke out of the corner. As we reached turn 5, they both tried to outbrake each other, but they couldn't do so. This is a blessing, though, for the guys who come into the pit lane. Bearing in mind, this is a VSC. It could go in any time there, so they best hope the VSC comes out until they get back out of the racetrack. So the VSC is out. It reduces your time loss by about 12-13 seconds, depending what the pit lane loss is around any circuit there. They go to the mini compound tyres. This has really benefited them, you know, because the delta's not huge as it would have been under normal circumstances. It's a double Aston Martin double stack there for the boys in green, as the VSC is still out. What happened?
The VSC is now entered, but Dan, Mansell, Emils have all gone on softs.
I never thought that we see a soft to medium or medium to soft strategy, but we've had 2 safety cars, so the tyre life could extend. So that's why they've able to go to the soft to mediums, because we had 2 safety cars, so the tyre life would have been as bad as under normal circumstances. But let's see, what can those softeners do? The highest softener is Energy Dan. He actually leapfrogged Lord Top G. Top G was able to get the jump on him because the VSC benefits him to Energy Dan. So watch out for Energy Dan in the latter stages as Johan picks himself up by 3 seconds ability. I don't believe, let me have a look at the gap to leader. The gap to leader is 16.1. That's a bit of a stretch to catch. But where else could they get these boys? Where is the best place to get? 6th, 7th, 5th? I don't know. Could be anywhere. Oh, Sonic Hawk has gone for a spin almost at turn 12, but he saves it.
I think the only way they're actually going to be is actually catch the rest of these guys up is not fight. Use each other and tow each other along, and eventually we'll catch the top guys, because we're on the fastest tyres now. Like I say, Adams, Mindful Wasp, Dan, Brad, Alex Copo, Mansell, Emils, all on a faster tyre than those hards. As Brad sets the fastest laps to 14.5.
Lord so Brad is on fire tonight.
They are getting faster. I might say that fast lap might go very soon. I'm just trying to think what on earth I've got no idea what can happen right now. I'm at 20. I've been saying it all race, 20 laps in. I've got no idea who is going to take advantage. But like you say, Smoke leading the race only by 0.6 of a second from Calvin, who again who's only half a second ahead of Martin. So it's basically a 3-man battle for lead right now. The Alpine, the Sauber, and the RB. They've all obviously they're on those hards now to the end of the race, so another 11 laps to do it. So can the guys further down catch them and then pass them? As Murray Walker used to say, it's one thing catching them, it's another thing to pass them.
And can Smoke break away from the 1 second range of DRS there? Calvin needs to get in. He needs to get himself in this DRS range until the last lap of the Grand Prix to try and make a move on Smoke, try and stop him winning for the 4th time this season. Smoke has been on fire so far ever since he joined back, I think, at the Monza Grand Prix and Imola as well. Been very quick. Martin in P3 is looking for a podium, and Klusler, let's not discount him out, started down in 18th or 19th place as he had a qualifying ban. Emils is ahead of Mansell. Like you said, they shouldn't fight, use each other for DRS there, but Emils is now up to P11 ahead of Mansell. Lord Top G is in P10, and here comes Energy Dan on Mindful Wasp as go down to turn 5, looking to take the place back. He does, but Mindful Wasp might do a switch back, although he's on the medium compound tyre, so does not have the grip that Energy Dan has, and he stays in P9. But they shouldn't fight too hard because they know they're on the better tyres. It's a catching up game for these guys, and I'm not quite sure if these guys fight now is the best thing to do, because they need to use each other's DRS and try and drag each other along to catch up to the rest of the guys there. But Martin can he be on course for a second podium this season? He picked one up at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, the race he won, and now in P3 after all the shenanigans happening on the early laps of the Grand Prix with 2 Saubers and 2 RBs battling it out, and Calvin and Martin are looking for a race win themselves as well, because Smoke is under massive pressure. Can Smoke break the DRS train, or will have to live with it until the rest of the race?
It's difficult to break DRS around here if you've got someone who's committed and concentrated to the track itself. We've got another yellow flag, and I believe that is
safety car.
Yarham is span out again, so disaster again for Yarham. I think this time it was on his own. So after an absolutely fantastic run, he's just having instant after instant now, so he's finding it difficult to get back into his groove again. And again, no front wing. So he came out turn 9, lost it, and he's lost his front wing. I think maybe he hit the wall on the way around. So maybe too much throttle going through turn 9, and of course he's back into the pits.
Right, the people.
And so is Burmeister and Keeves. They're both in the pits. Keeves is going on to soft tyres. Is Burmeister going to do the same thing? This is going to be absolutely fantastic end of the race. You've got the top 6 all on hards, and everyone else is on mediums and softs. So they're actually going to have to belt it to catch them up.
Take some life out of the soft compound tyres, but the guys on the hards now surely have got to put on the soft compound tyres. It's a no-brainer. They can't stay out there because the guys behind will get them. And here we are in the pit lane then. I think all 6 of them shook with the pit lane. It's a double stack there for Salvo, although Casti is a bit further back there, so it shouldn't affect him too much under safety car conditions. But I can't wait for the final few laps of the Grand Prix. Is that RB staying out? It is. It's Sonic Hawk who was decided to stay out there. Remember what happened last time at the Hungarian Grand Prix? I don't know if you remember that one, but Sonic Hawk under a safety car stayed out on the old hard compound tyres, defended from Casti, who was on softs towards the end. I think it was about over 20 lap old hards against new softs, and he managed to defend from him, and he won the Grand Prix.
It's possible. He could be staying out to obviously hold the pack up to help his own teammates who's dropped down to P9 on fresh mediums, or he might stay out because Martin wants to come in. The thing is, though, they're all going to catch him if he decides to go in the pit at this lap. Everyone at the bottom end is all on softs, the whole lot, apart from Yoram, who unfortunately had to go on a used set of mediums when he changed his front wing. But look at this front end. I mean, Sonic leading the race. Hasn't won a race since Hungary itself. I say he's won the race. Hasn't had anything near to that ever since. You got Adams in P2, who's looking to do a massive comeback after 2 weeks away. Dan in P3, looking for his first podium of the season. Mindful Wasp in P4, who's looking for his second podium because he got third place at Jeddah. And Yoram's got a 10-second penalty, speeding the pit lane, as he wants to get rid of those used medium tyres. Tell you what, this is going to be a fantastic end of the race. Ronnie has left the session, so I believe he's had a bit of... Oh, he left a long time ago. My mistake.
I've tried to invite OWR Atlas Gopo. He's left the session just now, so I'm trying to find him. Unfortunately, I do have crossplay on, so I can't do the normal thing to invite people from PSN. So, yeah, unfortunately, I have to have crossplay on sometimes because I'm in an esports league where cross plays enabled with PC and Xbox and PlayStation all compete against each other in the same esports teams. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I'm not quite sure who's going to be the winner of this Grand Prix. It could still be Smoke, but he's got a lot of work to do to try and catch the top 5 and try and keep Calvin and Martin behind at bay as well, although Martin has rejoined behind Atlas Copo in P8, but he's a ghosted car and we hoping to be ghosted still after the safety car.
But the thing is, look who is in P5.
The top G.
Yeah, he's back up there. You said a sauce, but he's up there. Now, the thing is, can Sonic do what he did in Hungary and just hold them off? It's going to be difficult around here because that front straight is so long. He's got to do some epic defending to keep Adams behind him.
I have no idea who is going to win this Grand Prix. It could be anybody here. It could be like the Canadian Grand Prix. We just don't know until the last lap of the Grand Prix. But I will see. But I thought Smoke had it all in his hands. But these 3 safety cars has really spiced things up. And having 3 safety cars around here in Spain is something I did not predict. As Martin is trying to get ahead of Atlas Copo's ghosted car, but he won't let him through as he'll get an illegal overtake.
No, unfortunately, Martin's got to stick behind that ghosted car of Atlas Copo, as you said. The sister team of the RB, or should I say the parent team of the RBs. As you know, I call them car Bs, not a V car, because it's a sponsor. Same as I say Petronas or HP. So, I say RB. I tell you what, this is going to be a very interesting final 7 laps. Once Yoram catches up, who is just going around turn 4 right now, once he catches up, this lot will go. If not, the safety car will be in this lap.
Also, let's not forget to mention about Adams as well, who had a qualifying battle. And Jensen, can you try and invite him, please, Matt G, if you can? I know Jensen, mate. I know he needs to invite. Prep Jensen, are you Prebelli? And if you are, because I know there's 2 of you, Peb 1 and Prebelli, and I really did feel sorry for you yesterday for spinning out of turn 2. You held off. Who was it behind you who you held off? I'm trying to think that my memory's not that great. But yeah, you did a fantastic job, unfortunately. But on the last lap, you Oh, I made a mistake at turn 3 and spun. It could have been your 5th win, but yeah, you just made that big mistake. I'm trying to remember now, even though it was yesterday, so that tells you how bad my memory's got after all the problems. But anyways, we move. But Adams, from the back of the grid from a qualifying ban, and crucially, is ahead of his championship rival. I think it is Mansell and Burmeister too. So he sees both of his championships in P16 and P13. Then all the points he lost in the last 2 races, gain them back here. I don't think he'll take the championship lead. It all depends where he finishes after this race too, because he might get pushed down or maybe stay where he is, maybe win the race, who knows. But we'll see. What can Adams do after not predicting him to be on the podium at all in this race, but we've had 3 safety cars, the strategy keeps changing hands, the trajectory of this race keeps changing, the pendulums keep swinging around, and what will happen towards the last 5 laps of this Grand Prix when the safety car comes in? Get ready, folks, and even your home hasn't caught up yet.
I can't if I ask Atlas Cope. I'm afraid I don't have him on my friends list at all. So sorry about that. Down. So I think he wants to try and get a massive jump, but it's going to be so difficult. Because like I say, he's on worn hards against much fresher mediums, and trying to get a jump is going to be very difficult indeed. And when does he go? When is he going? He's slowing right down.
Doesn't want to give Adams a
He's
toe.
Going, oh, look at that. That was, he just slowed a little bit more during the corner. Made it sure it was nice and easy to get a jump on Adams. And he has got a jump. He's got a 3/10 of a second. I do apologise for my speaking at times.
Sorry about that. Oh, look at the smoke just went down the inside, made a massive dive bomb and overtook Top G. He puts himself into P5, but will Top G get him back? He's got more corner speed, still on them soft compound tyres, looking for redemption. Going into turn 4 we go. Smoke goes almost off the track there, goes out wide, allows Top G to again. That's very costly for the RP driver. He needed to dispatch him quickly with Carvin all in the back of him now. So I don't know
Here
who's going to win this Grand
Adams.
Prix. Where is he? He's side by side with Sonic Hawk going up into turn 7, but he can't quite make it. He stays behind Sonic Hawk for the time being, and he almost cut the track too for good measure, just exceeded track limits on the exit of turn 8 there. But Top G, he's got some mighty pace. He's all over the back of the mark for what's there on the soft compound tyre, still looking good at this stage. Will he dare make a move into turn 10? Thought about it, as here comes Calvin up the inside of Smoke going into turn 1. Turn 10. I'm a bit too excited here because I don't know who's going to win the Grand Prix. As Adams there looking for him for Sonic Hawk. I think Adams is in the best place to win this Grand Prix. Smoke is not able to dispatch him quick enough. As we go around the final corner we go.
Here he goes. Sonic
DRS
just had a
enabled.
bit of a turn in the 14. He took it a bit slower, just didn't have the grip. And Adams has now taken the lead. But here comes Sonic Hawk again down to turn 1. Can he? No.
All bit of twitch there going out of turn 2 with Adams as he slows the pack right down. They all have to bail out the throttle there, responding to each other's inputs as we exit turn 3. But look at Smoke now, trying to go around the outside. He overtook Top G again as we go towards turn 4 we go. Can Smoke keep him around the outside? Look at this, Top G under massive pressure whilst attacking. Here comes Energy Dan, he puts himself into second place. Bit of contact there between the RB and the RPs. Remember, Energy Dan is looking for his first podium of the season. He's up into P2 now. Sonic Hawk's demoted into P3. Smoke is up into P4. He's got the freshest tyres out of the lot.
Brad's gone.
Is this a safety
He's
car,
gone.
I wonder?
No, it's just a yellow flag, full yellow. He went into turn 7 and just lost the back end, which can happen. Unfortunately, with that corner, if you try and take it too much, you put the throttle on too early, the back end will go. I think we've all had the same issue, all of us. It happens, unfortunately. A great race from Lord Brad. Unfortunately, just unfortunate how he's retired.
DRS enabled for Smoke as he tries to hunt down Sonic Hawk. Those hard compound tyres are not working for him. Sonic Hawk used their battery to try and stay ahead of Smoke. And here comes by for Wasp. Up the inside into turn 1. He bails out of it. But he makes Smoke go out wide there to try and force him into an error, which he does. Gets a much better launch out of turn 2. Heading into turn 3. Does he have the grip? No, but look at this. Carvin Racing has a better grip on them fresher mediums. Now he's defending there instead of attacking. As we go down towards turn 4, Carvin swinging around the outside. Look at that. Cassidy takes them both on. Carver's off the circuit. He goes on the gravel. And here comes the Sauber now. Around the outside. Into 5th place he goes. Then so Carver's lost places. Cassie's gained 2. Oh, he's on the soft compound tyres as one of the best softs. But he has got 3-second time limit there. But he could still make an influence on this race. Because Smoke is under massive pressure there. As Calvin and Klussler are still in a scrap there for P8 and P9. But look at this. Casting with 3 laps left to go. He's on the soft compound tyres. He could pull.
Beermeister's all over the place. Sorry, Beermeister's all over the place. He's lost an end plate as well. So has Mansell. Beermeister trying to get back into this. He's trying so hard. He's literally going off the track, going into the back cars as well. He has a slight touch with Emil's turn 7, and he's getting absolutely swamped. He's got Keefs right behind him as well. Now going down the main straight. He is going for the move. No, he's backed out of it. He's sitting behind Beermeister, and Smoke is finally into P3. I know this is a battle we need to watch because Dan is only 4 tenths behind Adams. It's McLaren versus the 2 Alpines right now, with the RB, Aston Martin and Sauber not too far behind. This is Yoram, unfortunately. I feel sorry for Yoram. Had a great race today. Unfortunate with what's happened. He has retired in the pits. As Casti has had a bit of a ding-dong with his own teammates and he's dropped down to P8. He was up there in P6, I believe, but unfortunately Martin and Cam Racing have got past him. He's trying to defend from Meals as well, who is right behind him. As we go back to the front, can Dan do anything to try and catch Adams with just 2 laps to go? He's dropping off massively. I think Smoke is actually going to have Dan for P2. He's not just hanging back right now. I'm not sure what's happened to Indigo. He's gone all quiet and he's disappeared. He's left me to it. So the current order is Adams in P1, Dan in P2, Smoke right behind him in P3. The triple race winner so far this season. Sonic in P4 doing what he can, but he's getting absolutely hustled by Martin, who goes up the inside, and maybe Calvin's going to look for a move as well. Sonic is dropping back now. He's fallen down to P6. Mindful Wasp. Oh no, Mindful Wasp is round. Mindful Wasp has gone round in turn 5. I'm not sure how that's happened. He might have just lost the back end or he's made contact, but he is round and fallen down to P13. Right behind his teammate, who Mansell obviously started up with a qualifying ban. Is not making great gains, and I'm sure he would have hoped down in P12. Beermeister is in front of him. Beermeister is probably struggling right now with that broken end plate down in P11. The Ferrari and the Sauber of Emil's having a to do in turn 14, and what can they do down the straight? We're just too far away for any moves from all 3 of them. But moving right at the front, Smoke has got past his teammate of Dan, so Smoke is down P2, hunting down Adams, and got some massive traction going through turn 3. He's literally right on the back of Adams right now. Where would he make the move though? Would he just stay behind and wait for the straight itself down the pit straight? Or is he going to try and chance it to turn 5? No, he doesn't. He just holds back and just waits his time. Follows Adams now. It's coming to 7 and 8. But right now, Dan has got Martin right behind him, pressuring him. Can Dan hold on to the end of this race? There's a few more corners. Can he hold on for his first podium of the season, or is Martin going to deprive him of that? He's right behind him now. Is he going to go for it to turn 10? Look on the outside. Yes, he gets it. Martin goes around the outside of Dan, and he keeps it. Dan is now relegated to P4, losing that podium position, leaving him further back as Carvin is looking to take P4 off Dan. And over the line we have your race winner of tonight. Adams finishes first, Smoke in second, Martin gets a podium in P3, Dan misses out, just misses out in the final few corners to finish P4. And I can't say the rest because my telemetry's gone. But your race winner tonight, Adams in the McLaren yet again, also gets the game driver of the day. I'll leave it to Indigo to choose who the driver of the day was. himself. There you have the Scotsman of Adams flying the flag itself on the top step in P1. Adams P1, should say. Smoke is P2, and of course Martin nicked P3 right at the end. Your full classification, like I said, Adams P1, Smoke P2, Martin P3, Dan finishes P4, Calvin P5, Sonic P6, Cluser P7, P8 was Emil's, 9th was Burmeister, Mansell P10 from some right to the back, Mindful Watson P11, and with a fortunate spin near the end as well, Cassidy in P12, Keiths P13, Xenon P14, obviously some of the people's driver who wanted to win today, Alice Copo P15, and then your DNFs of Yoram, Lord, Brad, MCFC and Ronnie. Hope you had a fantastic race and enjoyed watching everything, because I did. It was absolutely amazing race tonight. I will see you all next week. Bye bye.